Have a good day, Cole Nation. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Montoya.
Jack.
Alex. And my good friend Bo did a podcast about music from 60s to 90s. So I'm here to talk about 2000s to current day. Miss Montoya, not to pick on you, but you're older.
Yes.
So can you tell us about like early, because I'm assuming you guys don't know much about like early 2000s music. Do you, Alex?
A little bit. I can probably just see what happens.
I might know. Can you tell us mostly about like 2000s, early 2000s?
Well, so I'm more of an alternative rock person and like classic rock. Emo came out in the 2000s. So you had like Fall Out Boy, Yellow Card, my favorite Newfound Glory, Sum 41. You had all those bands that came out, which like kind of like punk, pop, grungy, emo, kind of. Some of them are too emotional, if you ask me, like Dashboard Confessional. I hate, can't stand. He's a crybaby. But then you also had like, you saw like boy bands were still real big, like early 2000s and Britney Spears and everything. Like Christina tried to turn into ex-Nina at that point. Like she tried to get a little more raunchier with their sound. And then you have like, of course, like Little John and the East Side Boys, like, and Usher and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I know the Super Bowl was like not mine, because I don't really like Usher. I don't think he's that great. But like a lot of older millennials love Usher.
Oh, my mom was going crazy for yeah, my mom was going crazy for the halftime show.
Yeah, see, I didn't think it was that good. But I don't like Usher.
Nah, yeah, that's what I remember. That's what I like when I think of like 2000s, like early. That's what I think of was like Usher and like more R&B, I guess you could say. That's what I think of. But
I'm trying to think of R&B. See, I don't really like Usher is just too like much for me. All his like.
what about you, Jack and Alex? What do you guys think about like when you think of like early 2000s?
It was good. It's a lot better than most music, like the more R&B music they play on the radio now.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I grew up with. I don't know a lot of artists, but I listened to it just because my mom had it on most of the time when we were in the car.
When I think of like 2000s music, the first person that comes to my mind is Britney Spears, like you said. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like she's like the staple of like pop music back then. Yeah. She was like just kept propelling forward.
Was Shakira part of that or not?
Shakira came out in the early 2000s. Well, she's been around for a while, but like
Yeah.
where she hit mainstream was probably like 2005, 2004. And the only reason I remember that is my cousin, who has no rhythm whatsoever, had to do a dance. There used to be a dance class here at South. And they had for their final, they had to make their own dance up and perform it in front of everyone. And she did that Whenever, Wherever song by Shakira, and she showed me it because she's like, what do you think? And it took like everything not for me to like laugh at it, because it was just so bad. But hey, kudos to her, because she got up there, performed it, and she was like
I had to do that in middle school.
she was like proud of it. It's scary.
Yeah, we had to get
That's-
a group and make up a dance. We had to find a instrumental song. We couldn't use copyright music.
No, that's why I did team sports.
Not right now.
I need like 3 other people for that.
So moving on from like late 2000s, like early 2010s, like myself, I think of like that's when like pop like kind of like started getting like not getting pop, because it was always popular, but like that's like all you would hear is just like pop
Yeah.
music. Like that's what, to me at least, I would think.
Well, like who came out in the early like 2010s? Because I'm trying to think of it, and I don't know if like I know it was Katy Perry.
I just feel like it was super like repetitious, like on the radio. Everything
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
sounded the same for a while.
Yeah, there was not a
Yeah.
lot of people, like new people coming out, but like it was like the same sounding stuff. Like Katy Perry, like
Yeah, she sounds.
yeah, a lot of her songs were like just like basically the same
Lady
thing.
Gaga too. was
Yeah,
back
Lady
then.
Gaga was really popular. Well, she still wrote like.
Taylor Swift was more popular then. I mean, she's still around now.
Yeah.
But her
She's
music
popular
was better just because I listened to it.
Now
then.
she runs the world. Oh, and Beyonce. You can't forget Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce.
Like Destiny Child was real big in 2000s. And then she went solo like in 2009, 2008. And then now she just owns the world.
Yeah.
And Rihanna. Can't forget Rihanna.
Rihanna's
Okay.
the staple of 2000s.
Yeah, I personally like Rihanna better than Beyonce.
Me too.
I hope the beehive doesn't attack us.
That's what I'm saying. Is like those are all like almost pop to me. So that's why like when I think of like early, almost mid 2010s too, was just pop. Like, cause that's when like they were like on top of the world. They still are like not on top of the world like they were, but like that's when they were like you couldn't like go to the radio station without hearing one of those artists.
You hear the same song every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, radio stations are built like that. So like they buy so many songs in a catalog and they just have them on repeat.
Yeah.
That's how it works. But yeah, I agree. Like even like LMFAO was real popular, and I only remember this because at that age I was old enough to go out, and every bar was playing the same songs.
They sound so familiar. LMFAO. What is that? That's
The shot,
that's them?
Oh,
and,
okay. I was gonna say.
or party rock anthem.
Oh, okay. That's yeah. Okay, that's where I know.
Yeah, so they don't have many hits, but
The ones they
do
do.
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
bangers.
the ones you
Yeah.
would hear, like,
Everyone knows
crazy.
those ones.
And now as we're getting into like the like late 2020, like late 2010s and like 2020s, I think like hip hop and like rap is becoming more like like what you hear on radio stations compared to like what you would like 2015, 2016. I feel like radio stations like now not support it, but like play more rap just because of how big the like fan base has gotten.
I really think it's the area that we live in, because I know like when I would travel to like New Mexico when I was younger, I was always like amazed at the radio stations because they would have like hardcore rap on like all their stations, like hardcore rap. But like Tupac, Biggie, Outkast, all those guys are like staples on the radio. Like they're all radio friendly. Ludacris, all that.
I know. You forgot about J. Cole from earlier, like the 2010.
Oh,
Or a
yeah.
little- it's more
What
like,
song does he do?
oh, there's
I have to
Workout. That's a little earlier, and then there's No Role Models. don't know if
I
you
have
heard
no
that one.
idea.
Workout was like late 2000s. No, am I tripping? Like early 2010s?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I haven't.
I remember hearing that song. I never knew who it was, but I remember hearing it on the radio.
Yeah,
a
that
lot.
was big on the radio. Huge on the radio.
And he's still going. He's still making
What do you have
music.
to say, Alex, about late 2010s until now?
I feel like awards are a good way of like seeing how like it's changed. Like more rappers get awards for like best new album or like best new artist now.
Yeah.
And like than they did before. Like I don't know. SZA got an award. SZA got her first Grammy. And like I feel like she never would have gotten that before. Like or never mind. I was gonna say Lauryn Hill, but Lauryn Hill got a Grammy.
Yeah, Lauryn Hill.
She got a Grammy in the 2000s. So
Yeah, but her album, that album's banging. That album's awesome still to this day.
I feel like I don't know. They're making progress, and I feel like it's like can be seen everywhere.
Yeah, because like now the Grammys have like more rap awards and everything. That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
becoming more like mainstream and like allowed to where like rap used to be like seen like as like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Everybody used to see it as only like they were talking about like drugs and all that.
I mean, they still kind of are. But like,
Yeah, you're right. That hasn't changed, but like
There's definitely an art to it, like I think, because you know you look at Eminem or Busta Rhymes and all those guys, like the way they flow and stuff. Like, I'm a little biased because I grew up in the '90s and the early 2000s, but like I think Eminem and all those guys from that generation are a lot better than what's coming out now.
yeah.
I used to listen to like Tupac and stuff. Like I wasn't big on Eminem. I never liked Eminem, but I used to listen to like Tupac and like a little bit of Outkast and like Nas
Can't
and
forget
stuff.
Biggie.
Biggie, I didn't like Biggie.
No, that's crazy.
Biggie has like like
You can't like Biggie.
bro. He has
How?
like the like 3 classic songs. And then other than that,
Maybe. No, I listen to more than that.
I'd rather listen to Pac, to be honest.
He's
but-
good too. And then who else?
Are you a big rap person, Alex?
Yeah.
What do you listen to?
Recently, I've Drake.
Drake.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about
Drake.
Drake.
Oh yeah,
Drake.
I don't know how we didn't mention Drake in the 2010s.
Yeah, you're right.
See, I grew up watching Degrassi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he was Aubrey
Oh,
Graham.
okay.
And on there, like, his character would rap, and I'd be like, this kid's terrible at rap. Like, he's just, to me, he had no flow. Like, I get why kids like him, and some of his stuff's catchy, but I don't think he's as great as everyone says he is.
No, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm a big. Like,
Well, no,
Drake
like,
fan.
and I see why people like him.
Yeah, yeah.
I personally think there's, like, better people out there.
Drake is good. I like some of his songs, but there's just some things he does that just makes me not like his music.
I like a lot of his like earlier tapes too are really good. He's been on top of the like rap game
Oh,
for
yeah.
like ever,
Mhm.
and like some of his like earlier stuff isn't even rap. Like he has a lot of like R&B like
Yeah.
stuff and like his early.
He mixes it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Was-
saying. He's been on top of like just music
Was
for
Con-
like a good minute.
Wasn't Kanye big back in like the 2010s?
Kanye.
He was big in like
Or
the
before
2000s.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because he used to like he started making music 2000s and like was producing for Jay-Z in the 2000s.
Oh, okay.
He came here. He played in Pueblo once.
Did he?
Yeah, CSUP. This is probably like 2006, 7, 8, 9, when he first came out with College Dropout. CSUP would bring like concerts to Pueblo for the students, and the public could go, but all the students got a free ticket, and Kanye West was one.
Damn.
And like
That's cra-
Ludacris came,
Kanye West
That's
concert.
crazy to think.
Jimmy Eat World.
I went to Chief Keef there. And That's
Okay.
about it.
At
At CSU.
Cheeky.
So I like Kanye West. I think he's very talented. I just don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
Because he has foot and mouth syndrome.
Yeah.
And
He's insane.
it's hard to, he's insane, yeah.
Yeah, he's a
He's
little
hard
weird.
to back him personally, but he is very talented, and
Yeah.
I can't dispute it. Like, we all know his songs.
Yeah,
and he's good.
It's like one of the cases where you have to separate the music from the artist.
Yeah.
Because he's a crazy person, but
But,
I
like,
love his music.
Same thing with Michael Jackson. Like, we all
Oh,
know
yeah.
Oh yeah.
he did some questionable things, right? But his music's still really good.
Yeah. And he still play like crazy too.
All those people, like, his music's all over the place. So, I don't know. I like one current rap artist I really like is Russ.
Okay.
I haven't heard him
I've
in a
heard of-
minute. I know he was big like probably like 2019, I want to say. I know he was like bigger than I haven't heard of his music in a minute though.
And then Run the Jewels. Do you guys like Run the Jewels?
I haven't heard of
I haven't heard of him.
So Killer Mike, who's like part of Goody Mob and Outkast and all that,
Yeah.
him and ELP have a little group, and they're really good though. Like, they're real fun. They just opened up for Wu-Tang this past year, or 2023.
I know of Killer Mike just because of recently, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Killer Mike.
Because he won a Grammy.
Yeah, and got
over-
arrested
like,
the
a
same
bunch.
night.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? You think Travis should have gotten a Grammy? Or
Travis-
at least
yeah.
nominated?
Yes.
No,
He
I
was
think
nominated,
I think Travis Scott should have won the Grammy.
I know.
Because that's who won. Killer Mike won it over Travis Scott.
Really?
And
No.
I just think it's
He was
crazy.
nominated.
Because we've all, you guys have seen that meme, right? Where he's like, they slept on me 10 times.
Yeah, when you were singing, yeah.
I don't even think he's gotten nominated yet.
I think
Has
he was.
He
I
was.
swear.
Yeah,
I swear I saw
he
it.
was nominated. Yeah,
It was like that and was what Drake's album was there too.
the Drake and 21 Savage.
Yeah,
one.
or Lost.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, people were all upset with Grammy night when Killer Mike won over Travis Scott.
I know.
Which I didn't even know who Killer Mike was.
I didn't
Name
know.
a
personally.
single
I've never
song
even-
off that album.
So off his solo stuff, I don't like his new album. I don't know, but like, cause that's his solo album. But like the group Run the Jewels, I like their stuff, and the stuff you do with
Well,
Outkast.
I knew he was.
And I think maybe he got. Let's be honest, his album's a little more political, and
okay.
everything with the Black Lives Matter movement and everything. So he might have been getting hype off of that movement and everything. But award shows are all, in my opinion, they're rigged. Like, we all know who's gonna win, like who's favored, and
Well, to me, you would think of it almost as like a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing with Killer Mike's album, his whole album, Travis Scott's album, his least streamed song of the album has more streams than Killer Mike's whole album. So that's what I'm saying. If it was a popularity contest, I think Travis Scott would have won.
Or
due
is-
basically to that.
or it's a political thing where, you know, like so many times, like this person's owed to win. So the committee says, all right, like, well, they deserve the win because they've been nominated. Like, they did this, this, and this. I honestly don't know how they, for the Grammys, how they do it. Because there's sometimes people win, and I'm like, how the heck did they win, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, that album was, in my opinion, wasn't very good, or that song, or the win for best like new artist over someone else, where it's like that. In my opinion, that artist is like way better, but
Yeah, because I really did enjoy Travis Scott's album. Like I thought it should have won album of the year, but
Utopia was a good
yeah,
album.
Utopia was a very good album. Especially because I'd never heard of Killer Mike's album. I was just shocked when it happened.
I bought it on vinyl too. That's how good it was.
You bought Utopia on vinyl?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I went to the tour.
Huh?
I went to the tour.
Did you? Oh yeah, I seen you wearing the shirt one day. I wanted to go so bad.
Oh yeah, I was gonna wear it today.
Yeah.
but I didn't.
I
Should've
wanted to go so
represented.
bad.
No. I know, I read an interesting article about music industry plants. Like, they said that, is it Jack Harlow? They said he's an industry plant. And
I'd say
like
that
a
makes
couple
sense.
other artists, like they said Cardi B was an industry plant,
I can see that.
everything. And I like Cardi B, but I also like, to me, she reminds me of Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
And I love Lil' Kim. I think she's awesome and like a little remnant of Foxy Brown too. So I think the idea of plants are out there, and I think some
Yeah,
of
I
them
think
are plants.
I don't know. Jack Harlow came out with like a album like last year, I think it was, and I enjoyed it. Like I listened to it, I enjoyed it, but I can see where people think he's a plant.
Yeah, like just trying to get the sales. But I
It just
also,
came out of nowhere, basically.
you guys like Lil Dicky? Kind of,
I've
kind
heard
of.
of him.
Yeah.
Like, on his TV show, they always make a joke that Jack Harlow's like a plant of Lil Dicky
Oh, okay.
and stuff. And
Oh,
it's a
okay.
comedy
I can
and stuff,
see
but
it,
like,
yeah.
they're very similar, but I like that one song, but I always laugh at, I'm not on TikTok, but I always see like reels on Instagram and stuff of like TikToks. And I always laugh when people use songs like in their video, but they don't care to learn like the whole song. They only learn that one part. And like same thing when like the school was all obsessed with like the Backstreet Boys song,
Yes,
and no one knew the rest of the song. All I knew was like the part of the chorus.
Yeah, the the song that South played.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to like that song, but I couldn't after South played it. Like my freshman year, like it just played so many times over and over. I got so tired of it so quickly.
Well, I like when growing up, like if you liked, I guess it was a little more restrictive. Like boys could not admit to liking boy bands. Like if they did, they would like make fun of them and stuff. So it really, to see how the culture's evolved and how it's a little more open music choice is really funny.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching Culture. I'm your host Santana, and see you guys next time.
Have a good day, Cole Nation. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.